What's really going on with Honey? Imagine this. You're watching your favorite creator online. Maybe it's a tech reviewer. Maybe it's a finance channel. Maybe it's someone who spent years building trust by explaining products clearly and honestly. They talk about something they recommend, and you decide to buy it. That moment, when a viewer turns into a customer, is how many creators survive. And that's where the controversy surrounding Honey begins. Honey is a browser extension owned by PayPal. It presents itself as a consumer-friendly tool that automatically searches for discounts and applies savings during checkout. Millions of people use it believing it helps them spend less, with no downside to anyone involved. But according to a major lawsuit, there may have been a hidden cost, one paid by content creators. The allegation is that Honey quietly redirected commissions away from creators and toward itself, without consumers realizing it was happening. To understand why this matters, we need to talk about how creator monetization actually works, how creators get paid behind the scenes. Many online creators earn money through performance-based partnerships with retailers. When a creator recommends a product and a viewer later buys that product, the creator receives a commission. That commission exists because the creator influenced the sale. The tracking system behind this process is technical, but the concept is simple. The system records who referred the customer and assigns credit accordingly. The allegation against Honey is that when its extension was active during checkout, it replaced the creator's referral attribution with Honey's own. The purchase still went through. The customer paid the same amount. The retailer still paid a commission. But instead of the creator being credited, Honey allegedly took that credit for itself. From the creator's perspective, that means their work generated revenue, but they never saw it. The lawsuit that sparked the controversy on December 29, 2024. A class action lawsuit was filed in federal court in California against Honey and its parent company, PayPal. The plaintiffs were content creators who claimed Honey interfered with their ability to earn commissions by inserting itself into transactions at the final stage of checkout. They argued that Honey benefited financially from sales it did not generate. The lawsuit accused Honey of unfair competition and unjust enrichment, arguing that the extension operated in a way that was invisible to both consumers and creators. Given PayPal's size and influence, the case immediately drew attention across the creator economy, the court's decision, and what it really means. Nearly a year later, on November 21, 2025, a U.S. federal judge in California dismissed the lawsuit. At first glance, that sounds like a clear win for Honey and PayPal. But the reason for the dismissal is crucial. The court did not say that Honey's conduct was lawful. Instead, the judge ruled that the plaintiffs failed to clearly establish that they had a legally enforceable right to the commissions under existing contracts or statutes. In simple terms, the court said, you haven't yet proven that the law guarantees you this money. That distinction matters because the judge allowed the creators to refile their case with a more detailed complaint. This is known as being granted permission to amend, and it signals that the court is open to hearing the case again if the legal arguments are strengthened. So while the case was dismissed, it was not ended. Why this is not an isolated issue, this kind of dispute is not new. In past cases across the United States, courts have dealt with companies accused of manipulating referral tracking systems in order to collect commissions they did not earn. Some of those cases, particularly in California and New York, resulted in financial penalties and settlements. Those cases established an important principle: redirecting attribution without disclosure can cross the line from aggressive marketing into unlawful behavior. The Honey case sits squarely in that legal gray area, where technology evolves faster than the rules designed to govern it. Why this case matters to everyone: this lawsuit isn't just about one browser extension. It raises a much bigger question about the future of the creator economy. As more tools operate silently in the background of online transactions, who decides who gets paid? Is the last piece of software involved in a purchase entitled to the reward, even if it played no role in influencing the buyer? If courts ultimately side with companies like Honey, creators may find their income increasingly unstable and unpredictable. If courts side with creators, it could force major changes in how shopping tools are designed and disclosed to users. Either way, the outcome will shape how money flows on the internet. Final thoughts. Honey built its reputation on trust. Trust that it helps consumers, trust that it operates fairly, and trust that it doesn't harm the people whose content drives online commerce. This lawsuit challenges that image. Although Honey and PayPal secured an early procedural victory, the legal fight is not over. The next version of the case may determine whether creators truly have enforceable rights to the value they generate, or whether that value can be quietly redirected by software operating out of sight. For creators, this is a warning. For consumers, it's a reminder that convenience tools are rarely neutral. And for the courts, it's another test of how traditional legal principles apply to modern digital systems. This is a story that isn't finished yet, and one that could change how online creators get paid.